So, have you ever been in a spot where you needed to send money like right now? Today, we're going to break down exactly how to do a wire transfer. It's something a lot of us have to do, but it can feel kind of intimidating, right? Well, let's make it super simple. All right, let's just jump right in. Picture this. You've got a bill that's due. That deadline is creeping up, and you've got to get the money into another account, and it has to be fast and safe. I mean, it's a super common situation, and honestly, knowing how to handle it is a really important life skill. Okay, so let's set the scene a little bit. Imagine you're walking into your bank. The whole conversation usually kicks off with a pretty direct and, let's be real, sometimes a slightly stressed out request. And that is the exact problem we're going to solve today. You know that feeling of urgency, that need to make absolutely sure your payment doesn't end up being late? Yeah, this is all about making sure your money gets exactly where it needs to go, reliably and, most importantly, on time. And this is what you want to hear back, right? The bank teller is there to help you out, to guide you. When they say they'll take you through the procedure, that's just a slightly more formal way of saying, don't worry, I'll walk you through all the steps. Okay, but before we get into the actual procedure, let's quickly decode some of the key words you're going to hear. Seriously, understanding a little bit of the lingo makes the whole thing go so much smoother. So first up, the word transfer itself. At its most basic, it just means moving money from one place to another. Simple. And in banking today, we're usually talking about a wire transfer, which is one of the fastest ways to send money electronically. No actual cash is moving around, it's all just a secure, digital instruction that goes from one bank to another. So where does the money move between? Well, it moves between accounts. An account is just your own registered spot for your money at a bank. You probably have a checking account, maybe a savings account. They all do the same basic job: hold and help you manage your money.
All right, now here's a word you'll hear a lot: funds. Don't let it throw you off. It's really just a more formal word for money, especially when they say something like transferring funds. It's just bank speak for the money you're sending. That's all it is.
And it's also kind of helpful to know the difference between funds, the noun, and to fund, the verb. So funds is the actual money, but to fund something is the action of paying for it. For example, a company might need to fund a new project using its available funds. See the difference? It's a small thing, but it's good to know. Pretty much any action you take at the bank that involves money is called a transaction. Putting money in, that's a transaction. Taking money out, also a transaction. And yep, you guessed it, making a wire transfer is a transaction too. It's just the official name for any business you do with your money. And finally, the word that's causing all our stress in the first place: overdue. It just means late, that's it. If a bill is due on Wednesday and you don't pay it until Thursday, well, your payment is overdue. And that is exactly what we're trying to avoid by making a fast, on-time wire transfer. Okay, so now that we're all speaking the same language, let's get back to the actual procedure. So what stuff do you actually need to have ready to make this transfer happen? All right, to get this done, you're going to need 4 key things about the person or company you're paying. You need their full name, their bank's routing number, the bank's address, and the bank's phone number. Seriously, having this stuff ready to go before you walk in makes the whole thing so much faster and smoother. Now, out of all those pieces of info, the bank routing number is, without a doubt, the most important one, the most critical. Think of it like a super specific zip code just for that bank. It's a unique code that tells the whole banking system exactly where to send your money. Getting this number wrong is probably the #1 reason a transfer fails or gets delayed. So yeah, you're going to want to double, maybe even triple check that one. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and wrap this up by looking at the big picture. Why does any of this actually matter for you and your financial life? Well, at the end of the day, understanding these terms and how this whole thing works, it's not just about one single transaction. It's about feeling confident. It really empowers you and puts you in the driver's seat of your own finances. And that is a fundamental life skill right there. So, what are the big takeaways here? What should you remember? First, a wire transfer is a really secure modern way to send money electronically. Second, knowing the vocabulary helps you communicate what you need clearly and with confidence. And third, and this is a big one, preparation is key. Always have the recipient's complete bank info ready to go. And that really brings us to the final question. After going through all these steps and terms, you've got the knowledge now to handle this, no problem. The next time you have to make one of those urgent payments, you won't just be crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. You'll know exactly what to do.